YouTube, how's it going? So we're doing a review for today. It's a vlog review for the upcoming second season of Netflix's Never Have I Ever. So first off, I want to thank Netflix for sending us advanced screeners. So I was already able to see the second season, except for the third episode. For some reason, they're keeping that a secret. So I'm also really curious why they withheld that one episode. So yeah, when it drops on July 15, I'll definitely jump to episode 3. In case you want to read my blog review, that is up on teampeaching.com/blog. So hope you guys check out our blog every now and then. So my reviews are there, and also exciting news from brands, our favorite brands, and of course hope that you also like our Facebook page, Team Peaching. So I want to give a shout out to our friends from Comic Central for sending us this awesome X-Men shirt. So they just launched their X-Men collection, and there are also shirts for the ladies, so as you can see. And I love this shirt because the cut actually has there's a cut on the side, so it gives for better shape. If you want to check out their X-Men collection and their other designs, just head on over at Comic Central PH on Lazada and Shopee and add to cart. So let's get right into our review. So I must say that when the first season of Never Have I Ever came out last year, it was just the start of the, well, not really, but we were in the middle of the pandemic, and it was actually one of my favorite binges. I was, when I saw the trailer, I sort of expected it to be like a typical teen rom-com, but I was really mistaken. I was laughing out loud as expected from Mindy Kaling, who is actually one of the creators of the show. But aside from that, I was also crying so much. It was laughing LOL one moment and then crying the next. So yeah, it was really beautifully made. And while I liked season 1, I think season 1 is still better. Season 2 still carries the torch, and I think it goes to on a very good direction. In case you guys don't know or you've been living under a rock, so the series follows Indian American Devi Vishkumar, who is played perfectly, perfect casting, by newcomer Matreyi Ramakrishnan. So after the traumatic death of her father, Devi is determined to become this popular girl in school. And of course, and she's a bit of a nerd, really does well in school, and does extracurricular and stuff. So it's kind of hilarious, as she goes through this journey of wanting to become popular. And of course, the story continues there, and she, in the first season, she's able to amend the strained relationship that she has with her mom, who is played by Purna Jagannathan. And also, the first season also touches a bit on her Indian American identity, which I appreciated. Okay, so by the end of the first season, she kind of manages to she kind of finds herself in 2 relationships. So it's funny because when the season starts, she's just trying to get a boyfriend, but now she kind of finds herself with 2 boyfriends. So the second season picks up right after the events of the first one. So she sort of becomes caught in the middle of this love triangle. So on one end we have Paxton Hall Yoshida, played by Darren Barnett, who, well, he's the jock, the cool guy who's part of the swim team. And his that scene in the first season where takes off his shirt was like super funny, like one of my super LOL moments. And well, in the second season, they sort of managed to find reasons for him to take his shirt off. So, which I think is a good thing for the girls. So in the love triangle, so we have Debbie, Paxton, and then we have her childhood rival Ben, who is played by Jaren Lewison. So the second season starts off with this brewing love triangle. So actually, Debbie is the kind of lead character that it's hard to like her or to be sympathetic with her most of the time, because she can be very shallow and very selfish. So it's hard to root for her sometimes. But I just think that Debbie sort of represents all the bad choices that we made when we were younger. And I have to admit, we did the silly or / stupid things when we were young. So I think that she sort of embodies that, like all the bad choices that we made. But of course, this is a TV series, so oftentimes her actions have like larger than life consequences. But they sort of find a way to write her that when she does have her heart in the right place, she can become a likable character also. So, and as I mentioned, she's played perfectly. So the actress that they cast for her is like perfect for the role. So kudos to them. So I have to mention that I appreciate how the series normalizes seeking professional help. So in Debbie's case, she was having a hard time processing the death of her father, so she sees a psychiatrist, who is played hilariously by Nacy Nash. So of course, because she's the psychiatrist, she oftentimes she is the voice of reason with Debbie. All right, so as I said, I appreciate how the series normalizes this, because like in some cultures, like in Filipino culture, it's still sort of taboo, that you're seeing a psychiatrist. Some people don't understand the need for it, so they would dismiss whatever mental difficulties that you might be feeling, and they just dismiss it. You just pray to God or smile, just kind of like try to go through it. But that's why I appreciate that the series normalizes seeking professional help, because in a lot of times this is really what we need, especially now where mental health is such an important aspect of our lives. So I'm glad that the series gives light to that, and even if it's like a comedy. So I think having more of this kind of scenes, having it play out on TV, on Netflix, on streaming sites will do good. So hopefully this opens doors with our families, that it's okay to seek professional help. So I've also come to love Debbie's odd group of friends. I appreciate that they didn't go into racial stereotypes and give because we have Eleanor Wong, who is played by Ramona Young. So they didn't give her the robotics captain role just because she's of Chinese descent. Instead, they made her character a theater nerd. So that's refreshing. And we have Fabiola Torres, who is played by Lee Rodriguez. So she is the robotics captain. So she goes through a journey of self-discovery when she realizes she's a lesbian. So I'm happy to say that instead of going through the usual tropes, like the parent not being supportive of the sexual identity of the child, what we have is actually, it's hilarious because Fabiola's mom is super supportive, but in a corny way. But it's still good. Anyways, Fabiola has to deal with being your authentic self even after coming out. So Fabiola is a nerd and loves robots, but and she's not familiar with like common references to pop culture when it comes to the LGBTQIA. So she hasn't seen Orange is the New Black or the L word, and the series shows that that's okay, because Fabiola is more than just her sexuality, and that's an arc that I appreciated in the series. So kudos to them. So season 2 heats up with the arrival of Anissa, who is played by Megan Suri. So she's a new Indian student who comes to Devi's high school, and she's cool, she's beautiful, and Devi is immediately intimidated, and things get interesting when the two of them are in the same class. So I appreciated also that the second season gave Paxton a bit of a character growth. So he's no longer just some good-looking jock, but he also deals with wanting to become a better student. So there's more to him than just his looks. And in the second season, he goes through discovering a bit of his family history. So I won't reveal what it was, just so you won't get spoiled. But let me just say that this piece of history that has been, it's been kept under wraps, and people, are very hush-hush about it. It's not really being talked about. So I'm glad that, it's coming out more. Leave it at that. If you want to discuss more, hit me up in the comments, and, we can talk about it there. So, yeah, one of the unique traits of Never Have I Ever is that it's narrated by 80s tennis superstar John McEnroe. So, season 1, if you haven't seen it yet, and you really should, actually provides a very satisfying explanation as to why it's this guy, it's McEnroe, who narrates the series. So I'm glad to report that he's back for the second season for more unconventional narrating. So because he's such a funny character. I mean, not character, but in real life, he's known for like being really rude to referees, and really calling them out. So kind of brings that same part of himself. He brings that into the narration, which is funny because instead of the normal narrating, it's more colorful and fun. So yeah, so as I mentioned, I think season 1 is still the best. It's still better, rather, and there are definitely more tears and laughs there. But as I said, the direction of the second season is still good, and I'm happy that they didn't go with the usual tropes. And I like the themes that were discussed. So aside from mental health, sexual identity, there's also there's a discussion on body positivity as well. So yeah, but so there's a lot to really appreciate in the show. But in the end, it's all about family and friends, and sticking with them, no matter how crazy that they can be at times. So yeah, season 2 of Never Have I Ever drops on Netflix on July 15. Again, thank you so much for the advanced screeners, and thank you for checking out the vlog. So I hope you're following me on my socials. And actually, we have an ongoing giveaway. We're giving away a Black Widow Mighty Mugs figure, so you might want to check that out in the video here. And I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys keep safe, and catch you in the next video.